So the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV series hasn't gotten a lot of love in the vintage collection department. While the Black series is getting Inquisitor after Inquisitor, we're still stuck with just Reva. But we do have this 3-pack that gives us 3 characters that are available in the 6-inch Black series, but are now also available in the 3¼ inch vintage collection. And that is the Ben Kenobi Tibidon Station, Phase 2 Armored Purge Trooper, and Teeka? Tikka, yes, Tikka, that's the Jawa's name. It's a nice little set. Definitely expensive at over $50. I remember when a 3-pack of 3¼ inch action figures cost you half of that. It is crazy how expensive toys are nowadays. I actually thought about canceling my pre-order on this and waiting for a sale because I am struggling more and more to justify these inflated prices. However, I decided let's go ahead and do it. Even though at the $15 retail price, this set should have been around $45, it was like 55-ish, something stupid like that. Apparently, Tikka is a very expensive character to produce, and we'll talk about that once we get to Tikka. But, yeah, you get Ben Kenobi, Purge Trooper, and Tikka. I would say the Ben Kenobi is a very nice look for Obi-Wan in the show. I really like the blue. The Purge Trooper is a nice addition to the army, even though it's a shame seeing an army builder and a multi-pack like this, because you want more of that Purge Trooper, but you don't want any more Tikka or Tibidon Station Ben Kenobis. So if you're looking to have an army of 3¼ inch Purge Troopers, good luck, I guess. Have fun selling off all the Ben Kenobis and Tikkas on eBay. And Tikka, honestly, very obscure character, appeared for a brief scene in the first episode just to sell Obi-Wan the little Skyhopper toy that he ends up giving to Luke. Tikka's a very forgettable character, did not need an action figure whatsoever, could absolutely just be supplemented for any other Jawa in your collection. However, we got Tikka in both scales. Alright, so let's get cracking. I will show off the big package, but I want to show that off at the end because all the card backs are leaning against it. That would just be a little bit of a pain to have to do that right now. So let's start off with Ben. I really do like his card art. I like how the color kind of matches his outfit. This is actually my favorite look for Obi-Wan in the show. I just think the blue is a nice contrast to what we're normally used to. On the back, we can see some upcoming figures, which is very exciting. Cal Kestis, I'm especially excited for that artillery trooper. And I actually do not have Cassian or Velsartha on pre-order because I loved the show, but feel like I can spend a little less than $15 each on those figures. This stuff is, a lot of it is going on sale. Then Luke Skywalker, too, from Mando. That's pretty exciting. Yeah, some cool stuff on the back of the card. The Obi-Wan Kenobi figure itself does share a lot of pieces with the standard release of Obi-Wan, namely the legs. And it does still retain my issue that I have with the legs, that the knees are very far down for seemingly no reason. However, you still retain all the kind of standard 3¼ inch articulation, ball hinge at the shoulder, very nice deep ball hinges at the elbows. I mean, look at that. That's a single hinge going all the way up to there. You do have some hinge swivel action at the wrists, up and down for both, which is awesome that Hasbro has finally realized that is the most important method. Little nice kind of hidden ball joint at the waist. He's got a dumbbell joint at the neck. I do kind of feel like this cloth kind of bunches on his neck a little bit too much, especially with the backpack on him. But, it's whatever. I mean, you get the point. He has very standard articulation. I just think those knees are kind of wonky. So what does he come with? You do have his lightsaber hilt attached to his belt, and I would not have this Kenobi with the lightsaber because I don't think he ever used his lightsaber when he was in this outfit. But, in case you, still want him to do that, you do get a saber. Me personally, I'll just end up having this as a spare in my collection in case I have another Obi-Wan in need of a saber, because this Obi-Wan would never use it. He does have a nice little pistol there, which is cool. You can have that holstered. Very similar to the original release, and I can tell it's going to be kind of tight, just like the original release. But it's doable. Just gotta kind of spread some plastic and kind of wedge it in. I feel like the holster plastic's kind of a little too thick, but once you get it in there, you get it in there. You also get a backpack, which is kind of nice. Let's kind of slip this off, because he did have a backpack wearing this outfit. No real paint on it, but still, it's a nice little backpack in case you want to give it to another character. And he does have this brown-like cloak over him, which I do think looks really nice. I do believe we can remove this, so let's pop his head off. Yeah, there we go. So underneath, you can see it's pretty much the exact same sculpt as the standard one, just a little more on the blue side. You know, he's got the same kind of thing right there. That's probably the reason why it looks like it's kind of stuffing up a little bit, is because he has that robe sculpt. Yeah, honestly, I think the body itself is entirely the same as the other one. I think so. It's just blue now. So if you're one of those that's not really too needy of having variants of Ben Kenobi, you don't really need this one. Honestly, I think the only one that really sells this set is the Purge Trooper. But if you're not much of a Trooper guy, then honestly, this set's kind of a pass. But for me personally, I like Troopers. I like Obi-Wan Kenobi, and I guess I could use another Jawa. I mean, Tikka, I'll probably just, once I ever get around to making a cool little Tatooine display, I'll just have Tikka roaming the streets of Mos Eisley or whatever. But yeah, I really do like this Obi-Wan. I wonder if we can have him, because you can see on the card art, he has one strap of the backpack. Let's see if we can just kind of replicate that, and the other one just kind of stuffs back there. Yeah, we can replicate that. Ooh, can he hold it, though? That'd look kind of cool. Kind of like a college student. Can you hold the strap like a college student? Go into your midterm exam? Yeah, a little bit. There we go. Come on. Come on, Kenobi. Got to get ready for the midterms. There we go. Whoa, that actually looks really good. Damn. I'm probably displaying him like that. Yeah. I'm digging that. It looks really good. All right, so with Ben Kenobi out of the way, I think he's a really good figure. Definitely not a necessity if you're not really much of a costume difference nut. Wasn't really much of a prominent costume. But then we have the Purge Trooper, Phase 2 armor. I guess this is when the clone troopers are totally phased out, even though you can see he still has some aspects of clone trooper armor, like the chest plate. The legs are pretty much clone trooper armor. I think the red's a really good color for that. Really nice card back, really is. Same characters on the back. It's a solid card back. They didn't get a lot of screen time in the show, but I do think what we got was a very, very solid figure of him. So let's kind of zoom in so we don't get Obi-Wan's face trying to get in focus instead. So as you'd probably suspect, this guy does use a lot of the standard clone trooper body we've known since like 2011. The legs are essentially entirely reused. So you have the exact same articulation we've known this whole time for the legs, which is very solid articulation. But he does have some new parts. The torso is entirely new. So if my camera wants to focus in on this very glossy black figure, you can see he's got some little techie bits on the torso. He's got a little bit of a backpack. The shoulders, basically the arms from the shoulder down to the elbow, are new. However, the forearms and the hands are the same as the standard trooper we've known. The pauldron seems to be new, and obviously the helmet is new. It's an entirely new design for the Phase 2 Purge Trooper, which I think is really cool. I think the Purge Troopers having a different look, other than just being a black airborne trooper, is kind of nice. I actually think this looks a lot nicer. I do think the red paint on the visor is way too vibrant. It's way too prominent. I mean, if you look at the card back, it's there, right? But it's not as shiny as the red on the rest of the armor. Definitely not that shiny. So yeah, you're kind of left with a trooper with these very big, shiny, buggy eyes that doesn't want to get in focus. I swear, my camera really does hate these glossy black troopers. And that's why I'm reviewing the Vintage Collection Dark Troopers next. Woohoo, can't wait. Yeah, he holds the gun pretty good. It is a standard like E11 with the Rogue One style little scope on the end there. It is a Vintage Collection clone of this era. So the hands, like, yes, he can hold them, but he's got these very tiny, thin fingers. So he doesn't hold it the greatest, but he holds it. You can see he does hold it. Yeah, he's got this nice little soft goods cape. I'm worried about the red paint on there going away at some point, because I've had some figures where that wears away into nothing after, like, no effort. Yeah, I really like the design. I really like the deco. I think it's a very nice design of Trooper. It does reuse a lot of pieces, so there's not too much to talk about with it. But yeah, it's very unfortunate that this kind of guy is relegated to a box set like this, because I wouldn't mind having at least a second one, because typically you saw them in pairs of 2 in the show, if I'm not mistaken. But nope, I'll just forever have 1. Oh well. And then last, and 100% least, is Tikka. It's a Jawa. I like the card art, though. Nice picture. Like all the junk in front. I don't even know the gender of Tikka, honestly. He was just in the show. He, she, whatever. I do like the color, though. Kind of matches the eyes. Yeah, Tikka. So this figure is a repurpose of that vintage collection, like, Black Series 3 3/4 inch Jawa mold. Oh, nice. Nice little loose thread there. It's that same mold that we've known all this time, just a little spruced up. You do get this junk for Tikka to sell, I guess. This fell into my air vent right before filming, and it was a pain to retrieve. Didn't enjoy that. But yeah, it's just a little whatever that is. And then you get a little whatever this is. This little junk for him to sell. He, her, I don't know. Don't bother correcting me because I quite frankly don't care. I mean, I can look it up on Wikipedia just like you're about to. I'll figure it out. Don't worry. I'm talking about a little action figure of some weird, like, sand person in brown and black wraps. Not too concerned about the gender. It's a little toy. You do get one other accessory, though. You do get, like, the Jawa blunderbuss gun thing. You do get that, which I don't think Tikka used. But, I mean, it's an action figure, so it's nice to have some action with the action figure. So, yeah, Tikka. Like I said earlier in the video, apparently this is a very expensive figure to produce. It's just basically the same Jawa we've known all this time, but it's got a new vest and it's got a new strap. So that means it's really expensive to make. Don't know for sure. Look at Black Series. It was a Target exclusive figure that was unreasonably $28? Excuse me? If not a little bit more than that? Yeah. This is a repaint of a basic, smaller action figure. And the Black Series one was overpriced compared to a standard figure? I cannot comprehend Hasbro's pricing methods nowadays. They can make entirely new sculpt, awesome figures, standard retail price, but then it's just because it's exclusive, it has to be more. No, it really doesn't. Yeah, I'm just gonna say, just for laughs, you know, the two figures in the back, you know, the Obi-Wan and Purge, they were the standard 15 each. However, this Tikka, this Tikka's worth over $20 because it's Tikka. Let's look at the articulation. It's ball joint at the head, ball hinge at the shoulder, ball hinge at the, you know, swivel at the wrist, little swivel at the waist. I mean, it's a small little figure too, so it doesn't even have any more than just swivels at the hips. There are no ankles, which really harms this mold, because I had this issue with the Off-World Jawa, where it doesn't really want to stand, because the original Black Series version, that is bothering me so much. That loose thread is killing me. Good, I still have my old nippers here from when I was doing my Sonic Advent Calendar. Can I just snip that off? Can I just snip that off? Please, please. Almost. Just remove yourself. I need you gone. I need you out of my life. Remove yourself, please. These nippers are really worn out, but they did the trick. Nice. So yeah, I mean, it's nice to have a little Jawa, I guess, but the character itself, like, honestly, who really thought that the strap on this Jawa and the colors were memorable in any way and really warranted, like, a new, unique figure? Sure, the junk is nice, you know, if you're having a little, you know, Tatooine diorama. It's nice to have this junk laying around, I suppose. I actually think Tikka looks really cute. How I had him, or her, I don't know, at the start, with, like, carrying the junk and kind of having it get in Tikka's face. Tikka was like, oh no, I can't handle it. I mean, it's a fun little figure. It's not something where I think it's bad, really. But I struggle to understand the pricing of this set because of this cheap little Jawa. And I struggle to really understand why it really needed to be made in the first place. However, I mean, look at it. It's a cute little Jawa. At the end of the day, it's a little Jawa. I'll take it, but was it really worth paying this much for this set? Not really sure on that. Did want to show off the box, mostly where it says the character names right there, and mostly the top where it still shows the same coming soon characters. And the back actually gives you nice little bios of the characters. So you can actually kind of pause and read those if you want. It's a nice little box. I dig it. It doesn't really offer anything enough for me to want to keep it. But still, I really do enjoy these special action figure set boxes. And it's kind of cool that they're actually having the figures individually carded, unlike the original action figure set boxes, where they were, like, packed. You know, you know, kind of packed all at once. Kind of like the HasCon ARC Troopers. They're all just kind of packed together. Still, nice box, just won't keep it. So there we go, guys. There's my look at the Vintage Collection Obi-Wan Kenobi 3-pack of Tibidon Station Ben Kenobi, Phase 2 Purge Trooper, and Tikka. I actually think that the Obi-Wan Kenobi is the winner of the set. Even though the Purge is very nice, I think it is kind of held back by reusing a very old mold and also having some questionable paint applications on the helmet. Tikka is Tikka. It's not really needed, but a fun little Jawa figure, and I really do like those junk accessories. However, I think the Obi-Wan, like especially in that pose, it's a very nice modern Vintage Collection figure. The articulation's great. I personally really like that blue outfit for Obi-Wan. You know, he's kind of like down on his luck. I'd say down on his luck, dude. Literally, his essentially, you know, close brother slaughtered his entire culture. He's down on his luck. Yeah. It's a nice figure. I like it. It comes with cool accessories. I think it's a clever reuse of the original body. Overall, do I recommend this set? On a sale. I cannot recommend this at full price, unfortunately. I think Tikka just holds it back because it's Tikka's Tikka. You know, not much going on with Tikka. It's really disappointing to see an army builder in a multi-pack like this because I want more of it, but I can't really get more of it. If this set goes on deep discount, I might get another. I might. I don't really know what I'll do with the extra Obi-Wan. Tikka, I suppose, can just be a Jawa in just another Jawa, and I'd have another Purge. Really cool figures. Really do enjoy them. I just really can't recommend this at full price. So guys, there we go. Thank you so much for watching. Shout out to the channel members. Really appreciate all the support I get. Really do. Alrighty guys, and there we go. Have a great one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.